All right, welcome back. I wasn't gonna shoot any video of this, but I had an inspiration. While I still maintain that you people don't need to see a grown man struggle this much, I have the old bearing out, and so we're at the halfway mark, and I say the worst half is behind me, because new parts are a lot easier to deal with than them old calcium chloride rusted pieces of, yeah. So anyway, I didn't even bring you here to show you that. Here is the little DeWalt inflator, and I thought I would, took me a while to figure this out, but I thought it was worth showing, because maybe not everybody knows, but you have, I believe they call this a high volume hose. Okay, so you just put that in there, and then we got a little tip here, and we turn our machine on, we hit that, and this, the power, and you know, it's not like a full-fledged air compressor, obviously, but in a situation like this where you just got a little dust that needs to be blown off, it's pretty darn handy. I've got a bigger compressor over in the far corner of the shop. It's a good machine, but it needs some love like everything else here, and if I could just get the belt tracking adjusted, I'd put the belt guard back on, and that'd be the compressor for here until I can get the 80-gallon stand-up. Another one that needs love. Anyway, that's all I wanted to show you for right now. I don't know. This will probably get rolled into another video somewhere, so we'll see you when that happens. Thanks. All right, back in the random clips for Saturday mode. This is a lift arm latch off of that WD-45 that didn't have threads in the hole. I got my calipers out and did some measuring and determined that that hole was not big enough to tap a 3/4 10. And then I got curious and I measured the bolt. That bolt right there. And apparently my eye isn't as good for these things as it used to be. That is not a 3/4 10, it's a 5/8 11. And the hole is very close to the tap drill size. So, I set this up like this to give you a quick demonstration, because in a tool room setting, one of the first things that you are taught is that when you make holes, you chamfer them. And especially when you're going to tap them, you chamfer them, because that chamfer gives your tap a really nice lead in, and it's just a much better thing. It's exceedingly common knowledge in the tool room, but when you move outside the tool room, not near so much. The tiny little bit of thread that you lose from that chamfer is basically meaningless in your strength of thread. So this looks like a casting to me. I assume that it's cast iron. I don't even know when cast steel came into being. I have machined quite a bit of cast steel at my current job. These are my tap options. I got a 3-flute and a 4-flute, and I prefer a 3-flute tap. But in cast iron, we may try the 4-flute. And when I get going on this, I'm basically, I'm gonna just get the tap started in there square. That's what I'm going for. That's why I've got it in the drill press. I just want to get it in there square, and then I will probably finish it by hand, because cast iron is a little squirrely as compared to just steel. The 3-flute tap in steel shoots the chip in front of you, and I don't honestly know how that's going to work in cast iron, but I don't know. Enough rambling, let's make some chips. All right, and I don't know how well, I've got the camera about as close to the action as I can get it. These crumbly little chips tell me that that is indeed cast iron. And I think, for better or worse, I don't know. Boy, talk about waffling back and forth. I'm going to use the 3-flute tap. I've heard it said, I've probably said it myself. We'll see if this kills me or not. And since we're thinking on that line, let's have another drink of beer, because, you know, why go out without one last drink? I will get my rapid tap. I'm basically going to touch that part with that tap and shut the motor off, and then I will finish by hand. And hopefully, I guess if I die in the process, you'll either never see this, or we'll have my cousin Henry to thank, because he found the camera and then figured out how to post this to YouTube. So I don't know. I guess, like they say, here goes nothing. Well, I'm still alive. Hopefully our tap is started in there straight. I have a tap handle. Maybe it's over there. Hold on, be right back. Well, it wasn't over there, and upon further reflection, I think it's right here in this toolbox. Somebody actually put it away. We are going to move to a different vise. So, I don't know. This isn't going to be real exciting, folks, I don't think, but I don't know. We'll get our fancy tap handle here. Apparently, the drill press did all the work that we needed to do, so we'll just spin that baby out of there. Okay, it looks like there's threads in the hole, so that's a win. Then we had some of everybody's friend. Oh yeah. Now we got threads. Looks like that hole has some taper in it, so probably a good thing we left it alone. Oh, look at that. Now we can go put that on the tractor and all will be right with the world. I got the wheel bearing finished up on the little worn out red pickup. Lived through that. It's been a good day, actually. I don't know. See what else we can come up with. Entertain and inform and bore. And thanks for watching. All right, in our ongoing Saturday silliness, I think that's what this video is going to be titled, is Saturday Silliness. Got done with that lift arm latch, and I started picking up the bench over there on the other end a little bit, and I picked up a wrench, and it's 2 pieces. And then I remembered that that is just some scrap I picked up, and the same with this breaker bar. And I really don't use a breaker bar hardly at all. When I need one, I use one of those torque wrenches that's in pretty poor shape. All kinds of crap in my hair from working on that pickup. Well, we'll get a shower after a bit. Anyway, I cannot find anything wrong with this breaker bar other than the fact that some clod sawed it in 2. So we haven't done any welding for a while, and I've got the TIG welder set up, and I actually I'm mocking someone when I say that. Anyway, I've got the TIG welder set up. We're gonna tack this together, and then we're gonna weld it, and I'm gonna go ahead and weld it on camera. I regretted not doing that with the slat that I welded because it just didn't take that long. Another happy thing that I've learned today is that we can listen to music we like out here if we just bring the iPad out. So, and then when we need to look up something on the internet, that's a whole lot easier than using my phone. I really hate looking things up on my phone. So that was really handy when I needed to know the torque spec for that wheel bearing that I replaced on that red pickup. So I get my favorite pair of TIG welding gloves on here. This is the first pair that they gave me at Maytag, oh so many years ago. And it's the only pair that I've ever had that actually fit tight, and that's nice for TIG welding. I've got a lot of other goatskin gloves that I can wear, but these are my favorites. Okay, so I worked on the bench. I even got a stone out. I don't know if it's going to light a. Yeah, this is a stupid thing, scratch start. So I guess we'll see if we can get this tacked together. Okay, that was a little more than a tack. Yep. We'll flip her over. Yeah. She may not be perfect, but folks, we don't have a lot invested. Try to turn her a little bit and we'll go the other way. tighten up the friction on the helmet. We're getting there slowly. I probably should have mentioned before I started welding that before I started all this, I ground a pretty heavy chamfer on this so we can get clear down into the root. If you've ever done any TIG welding with high frequency, you'll understand why I'm not in love with the scratch start. I don't know, folks. I think I'm going to leave that like that. Then all we got to do is wait for it to cool and figure out a way to try to break it. Also in that pile was 2 halves of box end wrench. There's a 1/2 and a 9/16. And I've made wrenches like this before. Get this. This might be interesting trying to scratch start. We may have to start off the table. Well, I don't know. One thing about it, we're not out much. There's not a lot invested in this deal. Guess what? That thing is hot. And it'll spill your beer and knock things over. So while everything is a hammer, some are better than others. Yeah, I don't know. I think that's gonna be a wrap for this. Actually, I think that's enough welding. And picking up the hot breaker bar, that's just more Saturday silliness, so yeah. All right, get these gloves off and turn this camera off and try to get some good out of what's left in that can of beer. Thanks for watching.